there, Paul here with Engduro. So those who have been looking at my videos, you've seen that I've been working on this 1982 Honda CM450, trying to turn it from a little small cruiser into more an adventure, gravel road bike that I can take go on a tour with and put some camping things on there and enjoy. So I've been working on that. So I've been, since it's winter in Canada, I've been kind of going through it a little more, taking a look at some of the safety features of it. And I noticed that the front steering bearings they're okay, but there was a little bit of play. So that got me kind of looking online, of course. So I picked up some new steering bearings. So that means I've got to kind of take the whole front off to be able to get those installed. And that got me thinking down the rabbit hole of, well, I'd like to have some power on the bike where I can plug in my phone and things while I'm traveling. So then I picked up a USB piece that I'm going to install and wire that into probably the front. It might go to the battery, but I've got the heated grips to the battery, so I might actually rethink that wiring piece so it's tied to the key as I turn it on, and then the power's there and it's off when the key's off. So I want to look at that. And then that got me looking at the chain, and the chain was okay, but I took it off and it actually had a little bit of play in it. And it was kind of at the end of its end of the wear on the chain. So I picked up a new chain, and of course with a new chain comes new sprockets. So I'm gonna take off the back wheel too. So pretty soon this bike that's rideable is gonna be without wheels front and back, and it'll get these new pieces on there too. So anyway, there you go. There's the update, and I'll do some more videos and tie them together. Enjoy. Okay, so here we are. We've obviously taken out the front forks and that, and just started to tear into the bearings. And yeah, it looks like it's a good thing I decided to do this. As I thought I would just pull them off and clean them and check them, but yeah, good call. Yep, we'll get this job done. Okay, well, there's the new steering bearings, the roller bearings that are going to be installed, and here are the old ones, of course, the ones with the ball bearings, the stock ones. So they have all been tapped. They've been tapped out of here. Steering head, got to give that a little bit of a wipe, but we will do that. The downside to all this is, of course, the mess up front, the wires and the cables, and my goodness, how do those get rerouted when you put everything back? So yeah, we'll get that sorted. So there are lots of videos on how to change the steering head bearings and get the races out and all that stuff. I just thought I'd show you kind of why mine was feeling rough. I'm trying to get the light right here. Yeah, maybe you can see it, but oh yeah, there you go. Some marks, kind of, you can see where the bearings at the top there were kind of causing a dent in there. Yeah, there you go. And so that's what was kind of causing the roughness. So yeah, good thing we changed these. There you go. All right, so here's the update. So I installed the lower steering bearing, and unfortunately I had to uninstall it. As you can see here, I cut into it and then had to uninstall it. The reason being is because of this spacer here. Read the instructions and they said you might not need it, you might need it, and unfortunately it needed it. And unfortunately, once you're installed them, it's tough to get them off. So I ended up cutting it and taking it off and getting a new one and installing it again. But anyway, it's the steering bearings are great now and installed, and so happy with that. The other thing I'm working on here is the electronics to try to install the heated grips directly to the power of the bike, as well as the USB directly to the power of the bike. And so I've been using this diagram here that corresponds, of course, with the mess of wires sticking out the front of the bike, and I've run the wires to them, and actually this is good. I got to tidy it up, of course, but I'm very pleased. So I figured out that so I can turn on the bike, and so based on the ignition, the heated grips will come on. You'll see the lights kind of flash up and down here, kind of like Knight Rider. If you're of that vintage, you'll get that reference. Of course, at the same time, this will light up. This is the USB. And then, of course, I've got a very old iPod here that will definitely show that it's working or not. So when I turn it on, here we go. Let's see what happens. There you go. So now we've got the USB working. We've got the heated grips working. Got my dog happy about it. So that's great. But what if I'm parked and I want to charge something? I don't want to have the front lights on and all this stuff on potentially. So they've got a second version here. So happen to be an option for when it's in kind of park mode, that the USB will stay on and keep charging things. So I'd leave this for a little bit. Of course, not overnight or anything like that. But the only other thing that's kind of working when that happens is the parking light. And it is, of course, LED, so it doesn't draw much at all. So I'd be very content leaving that to charge some things for a little while if I definitely need it. And yeah, so yeah, it's come along really well, and so I'm pleased with that. Okay, front's back together. Pleased with everything. Got it all set up and good to go. Yeah, and now we're doing the chain and the sprockets. So yeah, there you go. We'll get it done. Here's the tire over there. Yeah, so the front sprocket actually wasn't that bad, but we're starting to show somewhere. So yeah, getting a new chain and sprocket, why not? I get to explore the bike as well. I get to know it a bit better. The rear, let's see, you see the new one there, it's going to go on. The only tricky bit was I guess getting the circlip off this guy right there and the spacer underneath it, but yeah, the circlip was fine, got that. Yeah, and this one, the new one obviously doesn't have it's got this, the stock has a bit of a guard on it, but yeah, these actually look really good. But yeah, I'm this deep, why not get a new one? Well, it's March 23rd, 2022 here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and yeah, got it all together. Check out the spanky new chain and sprocket, all done. We're just rolled her outside for the first time. Literally 2 days ago, we had full-on winter still, but yeah, looks like we've got nice weather, so I can test it out. So just got her back together 100%, and haven't started her up or anything. The battery's charged. I just haven't even charged it, haven't even tried to start it. So let's do that on camera. Of course, what could go wrong? Here we go. So on, choke, fuel isn't even on. There you go. Let's see if we can see any. Oh, fuel flows. Like I said, I did the carbs, so the carbs, yeah. Okay. Run. Looks good. Choke is on. Fuel is there. Well, starter works. That's a good sign. Headlight works. We hit a winter of working on her, she started. I don't know. Okay, yeah. little bit as I speak. Well, there you go. There's the start. Success. There she is, all put back together. See that shiny new chain. We've got her running. I've already had her started. I've only had her started about 5 minutes ago for the first time since I did all the carbs and the winter ended in Canada. So yeah, look at that. She's doing great. And because she's all warmed up, super easy to start now. No choke needed. She purrs. Pleased. Now all we need is some test rides. And here we are the very next day in Canada. Winter came back. Oh well, it won't last long. Knock on wood. Okay, she's all warmed up, ready to go. There she goes. Hey everybody, thanks for watching. I'm just going to wrap up the video. So there she is. I've actually put the camping stuff on the bike so you get an idea of what this trip is going to be. So in 3 months, we're going on that trip of doing 4 days of camping off the bike, gravel roads, double track, some highway miles, that sort of thing with my buddies. And my buddies are there working on their bikes. So the year 2000 or older motorcycles, and they're doing getting it set for those conditions as well. So I'll give you an update. So when we're camping, when we're on that trip in 3 months, I'll have some video for that and tie it together, and we'll introduce their bikes and I'll show you how we did. Should be a blast. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. To sign off here, just remember, ride right, stay safe.